What's going on? Shout out to the whole chat, moderators, members, patrons, supporters. What's going on? I am your host, Jaye the Black. What's going on? What's good? What's everyone? Shout out to the first super chatters, Kyle, Morton, or the first one. Appreciate that. I got the instrumental from that. I got that one from Epidemic Sounds. Salute to everybody that's here early. I like to see people here early. No late people. Late people make me upset because they come in the chat room asking me questions. They would have been here early. They would know what I'm talking about. But salute to y'all. Like the stream. This is going to be an extended conversation from a video that I produced today about Halle Berry. Hopefully y'all have seen it before I went live. I know the video's only been up for about an hour. If you haven't, you'll go see it once the stream is over, or, you know, maybe you were watching it right now while I'm live. You could just pause it and then go back to it, I guess, once I'm done. My commentary should never be missed because there's always some gems in there. But salute to everybody that's here. See who's here. True, Shantia, Richard, I'm him, Butch, Kyle, D-Stroke, Jess Lee, Trill, Lando, Elay TV, JL, JR, Miss Tangy, Christina, Nevia TV, Notorious, Jason, Steven, Jermaine, Juggy, James, Jay, it's your boy Megalodon J. Okay, cool. Ramir, JJ, I'll just call you JJ, bro. Was it JJ Diesel Cowboy Monk? Okay. D Clayton, Demis, like the stream, people. Let's get the likes up before we get started, man. Well, I just ramble until the lights can get up. I'll just ramble. There's a lot going on. Hopefully, y'all are having a good Friday so far. A lot of y'all are probably still at work or about to get off work. I do my Friday streams a little bit earlier than normal. Than I normally would. Usually, I'd probably go live at times after about 7. I'm going to try to get a more set schedule on when I go live. I'm looking at about 7, 3 days a week, mainly Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If I don't go live Monday, it'll probably be that Tuesday. No live streams on the weekends, but I'll put up video content. As a matter of fact, I may be putting up content to the point to where you may not get notified when I go live. So what I may end up doing is doing like a preview video on my Jaye the Black channel, so y'all know when I go live. You know, JR, what is it with you and Cheeks, bro? Like, bro, we get it. You know, you're out here doing you. We get it, bro. But you and Cheeks, bro, that's I guess that's your thing, huh? Actually, the later I go live on Fridays, the less people tend to be here. You know, I don't know if people want to sit and watch a live stream after they get off work on the weekends. You got people that's going to go and, you know, get a little liquored up. They may go out. They may go to, you know, out of town. We don't know. You know, y'all know wintertime is going to be over soon. So you got people that may get to traveling with these restrictions. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things could go on. But I'm just rambling till y'all get the likes up. That's all. Noisy. Yeah, I know you're joking. It's cool, man. You know. Yeah, like the like the stream. Jermaine, what's up? I mean, JR is cool, but it's just that you said it a lot last stream and started off saying it. I just point that out. That's just me. That's my personality. You know, if I see people point things out, you know, certain times I'll bring it up again. That's just how I am. Let's see. I'm just waiting for the lights to get up so I can get started. But this is basically a extended conversation I had from the Halle Berry video, and also I mainly want to speak on why I feel that once women get an opportunity to see what true equality is, they're not going to want any part of it. Because to be honest with you, man, you got a lot of women, man, they want things to their advantage. And if they can't get something to their advantage, then they're going to cry foul, you know? Like, you can't want all this education, you know? All these opportunities, and then you complain about how you can't get or keep a man, you know? Let's see. All right. Hold on a second. We got a lot going on. Hopefully everybody's feeling better. Their morale is better. Because you're dealing with, you know, people who are energy vampires. There's a lot of energy vampires out there, man. I will tell you that. There's a lot of energy vampires out there. What's good, Abby? Yeah, keep liking the stream, man. Like the stream and share it. You know, those don't cost any money whatsoever. You know, that doesn't cost much of anything. They don't really cost anything. Maybe people's opinion of you. You know, they may raise an eyebrow. You know. Now, I will say this, though. I was actually going to go live this week, and I was going to speak more on the I would say the decline of masculine energy in men. And I was going to go in, but some, you know, different things occurred, and my interest kind of differed a bit, my topic interest. But I am probably going to pick up on it next week. But I want to say this, you know, as much as we like to call out the nature of women, we got to understand that it's enabled by males. It's enabled by males. When you see women joining OnlyFans, you can't just be going in on the women. You got to go in on the men who are asking these women to go and get on OnlyFans. They're asking these women. They're willing to pay the fee, no matter what it is. They're being enabled by males. That's why women feel emboldened to say and do the things that they're doing, because they know that there's going to be males that are going to back them up. And we have a lot of that going on in society. And it has to be pointed out. A lot of women can't do what they're doing if males aren't enabling them to do it. It's just that simple. We can't just go at the women when you got dudes enabling them, telling them, yeah, you should do this and do that, defending them when they do certain things. Like when I see that women get upset when you critique why they are doing the most for attention, and then you got a bunch of dudes right there to assure those women that they should continue to ruin their dating, future. It just shows you where we at. You're fighting a battle on both fronts. That's why you got to be able to look at it that way. You know, you got some of these guys that want it to be perceived as a man against woman. No, that's not how it is at all. When you got other males playing interference, there's a lot of males out here who play interference in that regard. You know, when I have dudes troll me in the chat room, or quote unquote try to troll in the chat, I be seeing guys say, well, those are women. Those are women under those accounts. No, they're not women. Those are males. Whenever women have disagreed with me, they use their regular accounts with their faces. They want you to know who they are. So no, it's not women. Women don't troll me. Contrary to what you may believe or think, I've never had women like troll me. It's always been males. Always. So, but if a woman disagrees with me, she's going to let me know that that's her. She wants me. Now, I've had women like go into chat rooms and say certain things. But usually once you block them, they go away. Or if you ignore them, or they'll send you messages. They want you to know who they are. But for the most part, when people be like, you know, those are women, but no, those are males. Those are males. Those are effeminate, weak, broke, sorry males who they can't get anywhere in life. So they go after other men who are doing better than them, who can say what I'm saying and still have women who listen. They hate that. Because to me, I like to take a logical approach to everything, because if you don't, you're going to get blindsided. You know, nothing surprises me anymore. So when people say, hey, those are women. No, those are males. Those are effeminate males who are mad, who are hurt, who are jealous. They can't get a group of people to listen to them for anything. So what they do is they go after other men. And then they will try to drum up some stupid reason as to why they're doing it. Capital, if you're confused, it's because you didn't see that video earlier today. That's why I have the video in the description box. What does the video say? That's in the description box. I don't know why it's confusing. I don't know why it's confusing. Why is it confusing? But nonetheless, like the video. Or like the stream, right? Let's see. Now, I want to say this about equality. You know, for like the last, 6 years or so, one of the consistent things I've said, right, was that a lot of modern women don't really want equality, because equality is work, right? You got to do your equal share. You know, you have to work for what you have. They don't necessarily want that. They want to make the equal amount of money, but to do less of the work, right? So they will complain for, you know, equal pay, but they don't want to do the equal work, right? So because they don't want to do the equal amount of work, they complain. They go to the media, you know, they get on social media and they complain about equal pay, right? That's especially when I first started making videos, that was the big conversation with a lot of women, was we want equal pay. We're not being paid equally, but what they're not saying is that they're not doing the equal amount of work. You know, if they have to work in plants and warehouses and they got bonuses based off of the amount of work they put in, they would never get a bonus because they would never do the same amount of work. But then they will complain as though they should, right? Because some businesses, especially where I remember I worked at a place where you would get paid extra based on the amount of work you did. So there were guys that would make their base pay, then they would get bonuses, right? So those guys are going to make more because they're going to do more. They have a competitive mindset. They're not lazy. They're not looking for a handout or hookup, right? They're not looking for an advantage. They would want one, but they know as men they're not going to get that. And they're so used to working anyway. But you have women who talk about equality, but they don't necessarily want equality. They don't. And that's why I did the video today about Halle Berry. She's been on a roll with her complaints. And I did the video today. And I just highlighted how she feels like she shouldn't have to pay child support, that the child support system is outdated, right? It's outdated. And that she can now identify with a lot of men who have to go through it. I mean, you can identify with it, so you should be able to understand the problems that exist and the problems that need to go away. And the problems ain't going to go away simply based off of the fact that you have that nowadays you have women complaining about wanting equality. So the more women, especially these feminists, talk about wanting equality, the less likely a Halle Berry is going to have an opportunity to get out of paying that child support. And I believe someone said she was paying, $16,000 a month for one child, daughter. She's not going to get out of it anytime soon. Because one, she's a celebrity. And two, because she made way more than the guy she had that child with. And based on the laws, that guy can go after her for child support. So when women have stuff to lose, right, they want the advantage of not having to deal with the same consequences as us as men have to deal with, right? But see, that's the overriding problem with modern women, is that they are hypocrites. And because they are hypocrites, they seem to think that the rules only apply to men. Doesn't apply to them because they're women and they've been oppressed. Well, how long are you going to continue to be oppressed? You brag about your degrees, you brag about your accomplishments. So why are you still talking about you're oppressed? The only thing that is oppressing you is your lazy work ethic. The fact that you want an advantage. The fact that you want the rules to only apply to men and not you. You want a way out, right? The only reason why you would have a Halle Berry identifying with men's issues as far as child support or even alimony, because she says she can identify with men on that and why they, and them paying that, right? Now they want this reform. But Halle, you're supporting the Biden-Harris administration, an administration that ain't going to be doing no reforming whatsoever. You're supporting the status quo. And that's the problem. A lot of these women support the status quo. They support these laws hammering men for their money and resources. But you do nothing to help it. You don't do any awareness whatsoever. You get in the comment section and complain, but are you actually helping men organizations as far as child support go? No, because that's going to upset your feminist buddies. But you'll say it in the comment section because people call out your hypocrisy, right? So when you're called a hypocrite, now all of a sudden you want all this reform. You want things to change. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, things are not going to change anytime soon, Halle, because you're supporting a political party that is all about taking from men and giving to women. But the part that they overlook is the fact that if you are a woman and you make more than your ex-husband or boyfriend, you're going to have to pay him spousal support. You're going to have to pay him child support. And they think that that only applies to men, and they think they can shame men into not wanting that. The reason why in this stream, I had Mel B as the thumbnail, and why I have Halle Berry in the stream is to serve two purposes. Because these are two women pretty much on the same, they're in the same boat. Mel B from the Spice Girls fame, she is paying support to her ex-husband. And she tried to offset that by going after Eddie Murphy for an increase on child support. All right? Then you got Halle Berry, who's paying child support to a guy who she just wanted a baby from. She didn't care this guy, didn't make a lot of money like that. She didn't care about the fact they weren't married. She didn't care about any of that. She just cared about the fact that she was going to be able to get that lighter, complected baby that she wanted from this guy. That's all she was thinking about. Now, I may be wrong. Y'all going to say, well, Jane, you're wrong. Okay, whatever. But the proof is there. Who has a baby by a guy who makes significantly less than them, not understanding that you're going to have to take care of that child? And that guy is going to see that as an opportunity to get money from you. So he's going to be like, well, she films. She's constantly working. I'm not really doing much of anything right now. I can take care of them. So you overlook that. What do you think? Because they were, Caucasian, that somehow things are going to be different? No, they're going to come after you for child support too. Any man would in that situation. I've seen more Caucasian dudes go after women for spousal support and even child support than I have black dudes, because unfortunately there'll be situations where you will have these melanated males who will give in to the pressure and say, hey man, I ain't want to take her money, man. Even though it's, those situations do occur. A lot of times, there are guys that may not want to get anything from that woman. There are those that do. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to celebrities, when it comes to female celebrities like your Halle Berry, man, I've seen a number of them who are with Caucasian dudes or Caucasian females who are married or in relationships with these guys. They have children with these guys, and those guys end up getting child support. Look at Britney Spears and Kevin Federline, right? It's like these women just lose it and they just go and just date anybody and have children with them. They could have all these eligible men they could have had children with. You have children by a guy that literally does not have, he only has enough to support himself. He can't support nobody else. So if you're dumb enough to have relations with these guys and have children with them, then you got to understand that there's going to be consequences. The consequences are you're going to have to pay that child support. You may have to even pay that spousal support if you marry these guys. The burden is not always going to be on the man. But there are some women who are realizing that, hey, just because you're female doesn't mean you're going to be absolved of not having to pay that support. You're going to have to pay it. It's not always going to be on the man to handle those responsibilities. You're going to have to take care of your own responsibility too. But you see, in this westernized culture, we're being taught that it's shameful for men to want spousal support. It's shameful for men to want child support. But women will get praised for going after that bag. They will. Taking these guys to the cleaner. They find humor in that. But there's nothing funny about seeing women get taken to the cleaners, right? Even though that woman should have known better than to have children with the guy that she knows makes significantly less than her. Let me just say this. Look at Serena Williams. She's with a guy whose net worth is significantly less than hers. If they were to break up, he could sue her for child support, and he would probably win because he's not a dumb guy at all. I'm pretty sure he has great lawyers, seeing as though he ran Reddit for a long time, right? Or he was on the board that, basically was a co-founder of Reddit. And Reddit have had their share of issues over the years. Even though he gave up his position at Reddit, I'm pretty sure he would not only get a bag, he would secure multiple bags. But Serena didn't care. She wanted a Caucasian guy by any means necessary. And I know there's gonna be some females that ain't gonna like it, but look at the optics. You got these women getting with these less successful brads, and then these guys are going straight for that money. You don't expect people to point that out. You don't expect people to point that out. These brads are cleaning up. Appreciate that, As Told by Dog. Appreciate you liking the video. These brads are cleaning up. What's her name? Aisha Tyler. She got divorced. Her ex-husband got a bag. They like to make it seem like we ain't shit. But who's out here getting these bags from these independent women? I see a lot of brads out here cleaning up, man. From these black women who thought that it was the black men. Something was wrong with the melanated men. Something's wrong with them. We got to separate ourselves from these men. But look at what they're doing. Level Up Community. Look at who is getting a bag off of these successful sisters. Okay. Look who's getting a bag off these successful sisters. And y'all want to claim we broke. We ain't shit. We not successful. But look who's taking you to the cleaners. Look who Halle Berry has been paying child support to for almost 10 years. She's paying child support to a guy she claimed was racist. She said that, not me. But she's paying him child support every month without missing a payment. Because if she missed a payment, he taking her to court. Of a dude that she called a racist. But black men are the problem. Melanated men of America are the problem. And I don't see none of these females from the divestment community saying anything about these brads living good, dating other Caucasian women off of these melanated women's dime. I don't see not one video series about who these melanated women are choosing and getting took into the cleaners by. I don't see that. But y'all want to talk about us going broke from the Beckys that we're dealing with. But what is your video series on Halle Berry, who seems like she's at the breaking point due to all this child support that she's paying a guy who she called a racist? We gotta point these things out. We can't leave this bare. Like, we gotta talk about this. Where's your video series on who these women are choosing? Where are they at? Where's your video series about how these Caucasian guys are taking these melanated women to the cleaners? Where's those video series at? When we gonna talk about how instead of blaming a group of men for why you have unsuccessful relationships with, why don't you talk about the fact that there's as mental illness is running rampant throughout the melanated community? When we gonna talk about that? We're gonna talk about the fact that these women are broken and they never get treatment or help. But we want to point the finger and say those men, they're just not dateable. They're just not relatable. They're not as successful or educated. They got a bunch of baby mamas. Just to, you're making every excuse in the book just so you can go and hop the fence with an even less successful guy who's even broker than any of the melanated men that you dealt with. When are we going to talk about that? You're dating broke, non-melanated men who are less successful. Guys that even the Caucasian women don't want. But you're happy to be with them because that's your self-esteem. Your self-esteem isn't to the skin tone of the person that you are with, and you want to blame us for that. I'm sorry, you can't blame me for that. These Brads are not only running through these melanated women, these guys are running through them pockets. They running through them purses. But are we to blame for that? Halle Berry is losing her mind because she's paying this dude. She's been paying this dude child support for 10 years, man. And guess the race? No, I said guess the race. The guy's not black. So we can't say that these black men just be living off these women. You can't say that. You can't say that at all. But what we can say is that these women are hopping the fence and getting with even less successful guys. You never see a story of them getting with a guy who's more successful than them because it's never going to happen. And it's not like I'm being one of those guys that are just like, I'm upset at who they're dating. That's not the case at all. You find happiness where you find it. But what you need to understand is this. Stop pointing the finger at everybody else for why your relationships fail. Hopping the fence is not going to make you happier. I guarantee you, because what's going to end up happening is you're going to hop right back over that fence. And you're going to be one of these same people speaking about the ills of hopping over the fence. That's how it works. It's a cycle. Right? Brad is living good off of these sisters. We gotta ask ourselves, why is that going on? Make sure that y'all like the stream, man. You can't blame us, and you can't all of a sudden talk about how I can relate to y'all when you for years have blamed us for why you have not had successful relationships. You gotta look yourself in the mirror. You gotta look yourself in the mirror. You think that these guys are saviors, that they're going to save you from yourself? That's not going to happen. Men are men at the end of the day. And we're all saying the same thing. When I first started making videos, there were content creators who were Caucasian, who were saying these things. Now you're going to say, well, they were saying about their women. No, they're saying about all women. If you ask these guys, a bunch of them have dated out themselves. They're not just talking about Caucasian women. They're talking about you too. I remember this one guy some years ago made a video about how he would never date a melanated woman ever again. And this was a Caucasian guy. He said he would never date another melanated woman ever again. Listen, I think that you gotta look yourself in the mirror, man. Gotta look yourself in the mirror. There were a lot of people, non-melanated men making videos before I even got here about the behaviors of women that they dealt with. All right? Even the issues with their own mothers. it ain't just us saying these things. You may want to believe that it's just us, it's just a small group of melanated men. No. I think you need to take a deeper look into what's going on out here. Now, things have changed over the years. There have been, non-melanated content creators that have come and gone throughout the spaces of YouTube. There are some that are still there, but there are those that were there that are no longer there, right? People who are former peers of mine, they're no longer making videos, right? It ain't just us saying these things. So if you think you're going to hop the fence and get with one of these guys who understand what's going on, who know why you're there, what do you think is going to happen? When you're constantly throwing this, you know what's funny? You know what I find? I don't want to turn this into a race thing, but I had to point this out. Have y'all noticed that, and this is a side note, that you have women, you have these melanated women end up with Caucasian men who end up being, bigoted or racist, right? Why were you attracted to somebody like that? What made you attracted to somebody with that type of energy? Why are you attracted to that? What attracted you to them? What would make you want to have relations with those type of guys, type of energy? It ain't like they was concealing it. I'm pretty sure that y'all had discussions and they had opinions. They didn't keep it from you. It's because y'all both feel the same way, especially when it comes to us. Now, when it comes to you, oh, no, you are off limits. But if it's about us as melanated men, oh, they both are probably having a good laugh, talking shit. Y'all both on the same wave, right? But as soon as something is said about you, now it's a problem. People are like attracts like. Like attracts like. So how are these females ending up with men just like Halle Berry? How you end up with a guy that you calling a racist? Ain't that something? How you end up with a guy that you not going to call a racist? Come on, man. Like, come on. You already knew that person was who they are. Y'all agreed on things. You talked to shit about the same people. But when it got to you, oh no. Or women who look like you, it was a problem. It was a problem. Like the stream people. We got to point these things out. We got to point these things out. Shout out to everybody that's here, man. Yeah, this wasn't going to be a long live stream. This wasn't going to be a long live stream. Oh, man. There's a lot going on, people. There's a lot going on. Speaking of Brad, Justin Timberlake is apologizing. He's apologizing, I believe, to black women. Or women in general. Janet Jackson and I believe Britney Spears. I know Britney Spears, I believe, has like a documentary. She has a documentary, I believe, and on Netflix, and it may not be painting JT in the best light, right? See if I can make this. I want to speak about this while I was live, man, because I was told about this apology. This is the problem, people. This Justin Timberlake apology. This is one of the problems I have in our society. Is that us as men are now being looked upon to apologize for things that we probably should have apologized for years ago. You know why we didn't apologize? Because of social media. But what social media has done, it has caused people to walk on eggshells because they are afraid to get canceled. And because Justin Timberlake is afraid to get canceled, because they did try to cancel him. I don't know if it was before he did the Super Bowl halftime, but there was some controversy that was stirred up, I believe, a couple years back with Justin Timberlake. But now he's written this note and he's apologizing. How many of you wanted to see Justin Timberlake apologize for the Janet Jackson situation? For Britney Spears, I don't know what he's apologizing to Britney Spears for, but again, I believe she has this documentary out or whatnot. I believe. I might be wrong. But I guess he wants to get ahead of it and, because it may not make him look good. And he's apologizing to her too. Let's take a look at this BS. The industry is flawed. Hold on, let me go back. I've seen messages, tags, comments, and concerns, and I want to respond. I am deeply sorry for the times in my life where my actions contributed to the problem, where I spoke out of turn or did not speak up for what was right. I understand that I fell short in these moments and in many others and benefited from a system that condones misogyny and bigotry. Come on, man. Here they go with the misogyny is bad. JT, the same people that were running the industry 20 years ago are still running it, and they don't care about women. Look at how they view women. Look at what Meg Thee Stallion has to do. Look at what Cardi B has to do to get attention. They don't care about women still, right? I specifically want to apologize to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson, both individually, because I care for and respect these women, and I know I failed. I also feel compelled to respond in part because everyone involved deserves better, and most importantly, because this is a larger conversation that I wholeheartedly want to be a part of and grow from. The industry is flawed. It sets men, especially Caucasian men, up for success. It's designed this way. As a man in a privileged position, I have to be vocal about this. Because of my ignorance, I didn't recognize it for all that it was while it was happening in my own life, but I do not want to ever benefit from others being pulled down again. I have not been perfect in navigating all of this throughout my career. I know this apology is first step and doesn't absolve the past. I want to take accountability for my own missteps in all of this as well as be part of a world that uplifts and supports. I care deeply about the well-being of the people I love and have loved. I can do better and will do better. And that was via Justin Timberlake. What are you apologizing for? Look at the comments. There's like, what is he apologizing for? Like, what are you like, listen. This is what it comes down to. Justin Timberlake, you have made a lot of money. You've been uber famous for a long time. What we are trying to understand, what do you apologize? You apologize for wanting to be successful? Are you apologizing for not wanting to be in a relationship with Britney Spears or for comments that may have been made about her? Bro, grow a set. Now, I will say this, though. I will say this. When the Janet Jackson situation happened, and he didn't say anything, I was taken aback by that. Cause I'm like, yo, you had this incident at the Super Bowl. You didn't really say anything. You just went on with your life. And it's like, well, you got to address it. You want to address it now when you're 40? And now all of a sudden you want to address this, Justin? Come on, bro. This is to me, this is masculinity in 2021. Apologizing, begging for forgiveness, saying that you're going to do better. Justin, you're like, 40 now? You could have done better already. And this is your first step of what? Of being insincere? See, this is what it comes down to. You can no longer be a man in society now. You have to beg and plead for forgiveness. For just being a Caucasian man who's successful. This is the opposite of who Halle Berry had a child with. Who was not as successful, even though he was Caucasian. Even though he's Caucasian, he ain't successful. Well, he's successful in getting the bag, I guess. But come on, bro, really? This whole I'm gonna apologize just to apologize. I don't want Twitter to cancel me. These people are literally walking on eggshells. They have created a monster with social media, man. People are so afraid that they're gonna get canceled that they're looking for any reason to score some type of woke points. And then he's saying that his skin tone is the reason why he's successful. Now, I know you pro-blacks are going to like this because he's talking about his Caucasian privilege. And we all know that you got these pro-whacks. They look for any reason to be a victim, right? Even though they vote for the same party that does nothing but do nothing for them, okay? These people look for any reason to say I'm sorry when they really don't mean it. Okay. He's only saying this because he's being looked upon now, I guess, as a bad guy. And that's not what he wants. But Justin, groveling is not going to do it, man. You have a big enough fan base to where you don't have to grovel like this, but you're doing it anyway. Why? Because you want to score some woke points. You want to look like the good guy. You want to say, hey, as a Caucasian man, I understand the issues that all of you have had. You're not as privileged as me. Isn't that insulting people's intelligence? You can't make it in society unless you are talented. I don't care what none of these conspiracy theories say. You need to have some semblance of talent to get anywhere. Nowadays, maybe not so much, but Justin, when you came up in the industry, during that time, you had to have talent, brother.
You're spitting fire today.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Now nowadays, especially as these females twerking every day may get you a viral song here or there. So maybe talent is not needed as much as it was 10, 15, 20 years ago when you had to have talent to get your foot in the door. You couldn't just be anybody. You had to have talent. Right? But this groveling, I mean, this is sickening. But this is masculinity in 2021. I need to speak on that, man. I need to speak on that. We was talking about Brad, so I felt the need to talk about it.
Unfortunately, a lot Hollyweird men are compromised.
Yeah, they are. But I just want to know, what are you apologizing for? What's good, David? I see you. What the fuck are you apologizing for, you weird acting crazy person? I see you, Sarah. What are you apologizing for? Justin, looking at those comments, nobody really cared, bro. Nobody really cared. Let's go back. These people out here begging and pleading for sympathy. When people are scratching their head like, what? and now you're just being clowned. You're just being clowned. Look at this, what this person said. Y'all really bullied Justin Timberlake into apologizing to Britney Spears and Janet. Oh my God, bullying works. It was way overdue, and he's a straight white man, so I won't give him too much, but I'm kind of surprised.
Remember how they tried to cancel Henry Cavill? Thinking face.
Appreciate it. Demanded apologies aren't real apologies, just saying. Janet maybe, hell no to Britney. They're basically saying these. See, I told y'all in my Gina Carano video, you have a lot of mentally unstable people who you should not be kowtowing to. These people are mentally ill. Thanks, I appreciate the super chat. Hold on, I got a cash out. Shout out to Vernon with the 5 and cash out. Appreciate that, man. Bro, you got a lot of mentally unstable people that you should not, under any circumstances, be bending the knee to. There are way too many mentally unstable people on social media. These people are saying bullying works. I remember I got sent something today about a TikToker taking their life because of you bullying idiots.
People are trying way too hard to be accepted by every delusional community there is on. The media. Just live your life unapologetically. Stop sucking up to other people who will throw you away.
I agree, Sarah Lou. Appreciate it. That's the problem. Too many people are trying to fit in. They're trying to be a part of a group. Shout out to Robin Payne. Appreciate it. They're trying too hard to be a part of something, right? And they feel like they have to go out of their way to say whatever those people want to hear. But as I was saying about the TikTok, you had a TikToker just took their life because of bullying. But here you got these mentally deranged individuals. Most of them probably ain't got no job. They just sit on Twitter all day, making everybody else's life worse. How many lives have been ruined through Facebook? Facebook Live. How many lives have been ruined through Twitter? How many lives have been ruined through Instagram? How many fucking lives have been lost through TikTok? World star hip hop. But y'all want to deplatform pages that just have people with different ideologies than you. But all these other platforms can be complicit in people taking their own lives. How many people took their own life on Facebook and we don't hear nothing about it the next day? On site, Justin Timberlake, if we're ever in the same zip code, know that I will have a spray can of Gorilla Glue in my purse. And this is a male. Is this a male? This is a male. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a male talking about how he got a purse full of Gorilla Glue.
Preach, Jaye.
Thanks, Illa Dre. This is what I'm talking about. All this feminine energy, man. Didn't Robin think? I don't know if he apologized. I think he apologized for stealing Marvin Gaye's song. I believe he apologized for that. I don't know about anything recently. This is crazy. And you got these males talking about fighting Justin Timberlake. Even the Ringers making fun of him. Let's see. I like the part where Justice said, I have to be vocal about this in his single notes app apology in 2 decades. Brittany and Janet hearing that Justin Timberlake posted an apology for them. All right. Let's see. Justin Timberlake thinks a short notes app apology is accountability for the pain he caused Brittany and Janet. The audacity of men. It don't turn into a man thing. It's about the men who are the problem. But you heifers can't keep one. You can't keep no man. But you want to make it into about a man versus woman thing. And there's probably some dude behind this page. I guarantee you. Make sure y'all like the stream, man. This is a little bit of extra, you know.
Jaye, Facebook latest commercial promotes Transformers heavyweight sisters and immigrants. Meaning if you say anything they don't like, you get banned.
Oh yeah, Shy.
Face.
That's why I post links to my videos and keep it pushing.
You not in high school anymore. You're an adult now. If you can't hold your own against bullying, I feel sorry for you.
Right, Sarah. But mentally, these people are still in high school. Mentally, they're still in high school. Mentally, they are still in high school. Person here said, he should apologize. He should own his actions, take responsibility. So he tries, and he's told it's not good enough. Honestly, would it ever be? You have an expectation that he didn't meet. Is it an expectation anyone can? Yet you wonder why more people don't apologize. I'm not about to apologize in life. If you don't like what I have to say, tough. If I did something wrong and I felt that in my heart I really screwed up, that would be the time for me to maybe apologize if I felt I screwed up badly. But to me, what it seems like is that you got these Britney Spears stans, and then you got these I guess they're Janet Jackson's fans. They probably ain't buy her music anymore. Probably ain't stream none of her old music. But they claim to be Janet Jackson fans who feel some type of way. Y'all felt that type of way about Justin Timberlake, but you still listen to his music because he's put out albums since the Super Bowl incident, and y'all still listen to Justin Timberlake. Let's see. What else is going on, man? They about to make me go off royally on this. These people are insane, man. Let's see. These are hypocritical as fuck. Hypocritical as fuck, man. Let's see. Justin Timberlake, spaghetti. Brittany, Janet, and the rest of us reading Justin Timberlake's apology. Y'all see this? I'm genuinely mad that it took the New York Times legitimizing Britney's pain for Justin Timberlake to apologize. Let's see. Justin Timberlake has doubled down on his harm nearly every chance he's received. This is not about what happened 20 years ago, which still wouldn't negate his harmful impact, but about how you respond when everyone isn't getting you to see how harmful you are, whatever that means, bro. Not Justin Timberlake apologizing to Britney and Janet 15 years later. Let's see. Hold up. Can I play this? Let me see if I can play this clip. Not the
February
music.
12th, Justin did just that, with a lengthy apology to both Brit and Janet Jackson on Instagram, writing, "I am deeply sorry for the times in my life where my actions contributed to the problem, where I spoke out of turn or did not speak up for what was right. I understand that I fell short in these moments and in many others and benefited from a system that condones misogyny and racism. I specifically want to apologize to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson both individually because I care for and respect these women and I know I failed." He added, "The industry is flawed. It sets men, especially white men, up for success. It's designed this way. As a man in a privileged position, I have to be vocal."
Let me say this to you Caucasian men. Let me tell y'all, if y'all don't wake up and see there's a war on you too, it ain't just a war on us. It's a war on all us men. It ain't just black men that going through it. Y'all going through it too. And what's funny is that you got these. Justin Timberlake is a liberal. Justin Timberlake is a flag-waving liberal. And he's getting attacked. None of you are safe. So y'all better wake up and realize just because you're a Trump-hating liberal means nothing. It doesn't mean a damn thing. You will get canceled too. And this proves it. This is why I'm talking about this. You liberal white males better understand you food out here too. When y'all get on Twitter or social media and you talk shit to conservatives, just know you gonna end up on that Summer Jam screen too. You can say whatever you want. You gonna end up being in the eye of the storm sooner or later. I don't even want to hear that shit.
about this. Because of my ignorance, I didn't recognize it for all that it was while it was happening in my own life, but I do not want to ever benefit from others being pulled down again. In framing Britney Spears, the then 21-year-old singer is seen making jokes about his sex life with Britney in several interviews, plus casting a Brit look-alike in the video for his breakup anthem, Cry Me a River. As viewers asked why JT never addressed this behavior, they also revisited the pass he was given in the wake of Nipplegate, the fallout from his 2004 Super Bowl halftime performance with Janet Jackson, in which he exposed his co-star's breast on live television. Following the incident, Janet was uninvited from the following week's Grammy Awards, and her videos were yanked from Viacom properties. Justin, though, not only appeared at the Grammys, but was allowed to issue an apology at the event, then went on to headline the Super Bowl halftime show in 2018, while Janet has never been invited back.
But the thing is, the women who are actually being victimized aren't complaining LMAO, just like the Playboy Mansion models who aren't complaining.
Yeah, that's true. But see, that's the thing, Sarah. You have a lot of women who have no life. Their life is social media. Their life is celebrities. They live vicariously through those celebrities. They're on social media from the time they get up in the morning to the time they go to sleep, if they go to sleep. Because a lot of these chicks are working 2-3 jobs just so they can have a little bit of a lifestyle that they see on social media. You know, them expensive bags or knockoff bags can't pay for themselves. That expensive car they trying to lease can't pay for itself. So they're on social media all day. And they're in school too. Oh.
For more on this, head to THR.
Brittany has moved on with her life. Janet has moved on with her life. Janet done hit a lick. Janet got, I'm not one shit, but didn't she get a nice divorce settlement from that Arab, from that rich Arab? So Janet is alright. I believe Brittany is alright. So y'all are outraged for them for what reason? Yeah, Brittany did cheat on him. I did hear that. That's probably why he did the song anyway. But of course, he can't say that because he don't want to get canceled.
I love it. I love it.
I was in high school.
Y'all see the mental instability? The mental instability. We got another mail. Janet Jackson, Madonna, Britney Spears are all trending right now. Justin Timberlake finally apologized to Janet and Britney after almost 20 years, and a bunch of Republicans want to impeach Madonna. Oh my God. Let's see. Justin Timberlake slut shamed Britney Spears for over a decade. So we don't see your favorite rappers slut shaming their exes, their babies' mamas. We don't see that daily. Britney Spears has moved on with her life. Why people are drudging all this up? I believe it's due to that documentary. Listen, they probably already done buried the hatchet, and people are bringing this up over and over and over. See, this is why you super woke liberal males need to understand, especially you white males, you're going to get attacked sooner or later. In 2003, in a 2003 interview, Sawyer openly berates Spears about her public breakup
All
with Justin
Justin Timberlake cares about is his image. He is not sincere in his apologies.
Of
so
course
many
not.
years later.
Of course not, Abby. He is very insincere. He probably didn't even write that. Jessica Biel wrote that. His old lady wrote that, and she sent it to him. And he put it on his account. Let's see. Justin Timberlake getting hyped for his apology tour because he'll be able to talk about them organically, get the headlines he wants, and come out on top as the good guy who changed his ways, even though he still just be using them for press. But whose fault is that? Whose fault is that if Justin Timberlake ends up winning? It's you heifer's fault. You heifer's fault. That's whose fault it is. Y'all are the one making them trend. I wouldn't be surprised if Justin dropped some new music that you know y'all gonna listen to. Justin, we need a song right now. We know you got one. We know you and Timbaland got a bunch of tracks that you ain't released yet. Not only do we need a song, this is the time to do it. Go ahead and drop that album. Your apology album. Justin probably got a whole apology album already recorded. And he gonna drop it probably soon, maybe. I don't know. This would be a good time to do it. He already done put the apology out. then he put the whole album. Didn't Jay-Z kind of do similar with his one of his albums? It was sort of like him apologizing, not apologizing to how he treated Beyonce. That's what we need right now, man. Or that's what he may need. That's how they do in Hollywood. That's how they do in Hollywood, man. It's all about promo and press. And I've told y'all this. No publicity is bad publicity. All right? There's always a way of flipping it to your advantage. Especially when you have the fan base that he has. Who I'm pretty sure will forgive him. Right? Let's see. She said, I don't know if I can cancel Justin Timberlake with y'all. Most of them are just cap. They still listen to his music. They're still going to be fans. And we all know this. I think this might be a distraction for the Gina Carano situation. Have y'all noticed that ain't no talk about Gina
Brittany,
Carano right
I believe she just got to be able to handle her assets now. Her father is no longer in control. Brittany, good lol.
Right, Link. Brittany is good. She's in a good space, seems like, right? She's in a good space. She don't need all this drummed up, right? I don't think that she's desperate for money or for attention like that. But people are going to eat this up. But again, you know, this could be a distraction from the Gina Carano mess. Because that's backfiring. So this all could be a distraction. Like out of the blue, they want to cancel Justin Timberlake. He already got the apology written. Like one big goddamn distraction. Gina Carano signed with Daily Wire. She did? What up? Oh, yeah. Oh, she did. Shout out to her, man. She said she got, not only is she going to continue making movies, she did sign with them.
Like anything else, women only want equality to gain access to the benefits, not for the sacrifice.
Right, the smoothest. It's a good point. Appreciate it. Easy work, easy money. But they want to make what you're making, even though we putting in the hours, we putting in the time. We feel like we deserve the raises that we get. We deserve the promotions that we get. But you got women that will claim because they are women and they've been oppressed for so long, they should get those opportunities, not us. You know? Yeah, shout out to Gina. I see her still going. Land that movie deal immediately. Shout out to her, man. To elaborate. Here we go, Justin Timberlake and his joint notes. Apology 236 years later. Justin Timberlake is really a villain. Justin Timberlake apologizing 2 decades later doesn't feel compelling at all and evokes nothing in me. Too little, too late. Listen, Janet Jackson is good. Britney Spears is good. They're not hurting for money. They seem like they're in good places, good spirits. They're not going nuts, going crazy, anything like that. So I don't know why people are so outraged for them. Janet ain't said nothing. Janet ain't never gonna say nothing. Janet had all this time to really go in on Justin Timberlake. And from my understanding, she hasn't really done that. So why are y'all fake outraged for her now? And you got these dudes talking about how they gonna pull up on Justin Timberlake. Yeah, I want to see you do that. Him and his like 10 security. He got 10 brothers as security. Let's see if you try something on this dude, man. I want to see you try to run up on Justin Timberlake, man. Yeah, let's see if you do that, bruh. Let's see. Justin Timberlake had the effing audacity. The Weeknd and Justin Timberlake did what straight men do. The bare minimum. Why? So, wait a minute. Hold on. Straight men do the bare minimum? So, are gay men doing more? Mm-hmm. I know you got some of these guys in the alphabet gang. You know, they get promotions. You know, people are comfortable with them. But to say that straight men aren't doing more, why you think they're more successful? I'm just saying. See, that's that mentality, and it's probably coming from a guy. I told y'all we got to deal with these males and these crazy females. We got battle on both fronts. You know? Let's see. On a serious note, Justin Timberlake makes me think about artistic men who throw their female counterparts under the bus and how their apologies can never make the amount of revenue lost, mental health battles, and recovery options. Well, was it Justin Timberlake's fault when Britney married? I don't know if she got into a relationship with Kevin Federline and had the children with Kevin Federline. Was that Justin Timberlake's fault too? That's what we have to ask ourselves. They love talking about how he's the problem. Now, again, with the Janet Jackson situation, should he have said something? Probably. I don't think he should have left her out there to dry. But again, what did Janet say? Did she say anything about it? Don't think so. But you saying something about it. You're bothered. You're triggered. There's a lot of these women who have had things done to them who don't say anything because they want to protect what they have, or they want to get promoted when they could say something, but they don't say shit. They only say something when it's the right time or it's the right person, when they can me too somebody when it's the right time. But other than that, they ain't gonna say nothing. Or if they were in an abusive relationship with one of these guys, they only say something when the timing is right. They never say nothing before then, right? Why?
Big ups, Jay. Always good content. Thanks for staying away from silly drama and beef like Manosphere. Bipolar is a real disorder.
Thanks, Black Rain. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, beefing is whack. But shout out to you, man. Let's see. Man, make sure y'all like the stream if you haven't, you know. But yeah, man, this thing came out of nowhere.
I think Gina's situation is a distraction as well. But when it didn't catch as much traction, They went to Justin. Ain't heard his name in ages.
Well, you know what, Link? That's interesting because, again, like I said on Twitter, the Gina Carano thing did go away quickly. And then all of a sudden, this Justin Timberlake thing is all over the place. And then you hear about her signing with Daily Wire, new movie project, you know? It's almost like the building or the rebuilding of something, you know? Is she really gone? You just never know, man. You just never know what is being hidden, right? Like, I don't want to go full conspiracy theorist, but you just never know what is the point of this and that. Out of the blue, this happening and that happening. We all could be played as suckers, fools. You know, and we as the public are falling into it because we believe everything we hear on social media. Not me, but there's a lot of people who do, family. Right, Jizbel. Report any improprieties to the police. I agree. Don't go straight to none of these blogs like some of these people are doing. They running straight to these blogs instead of going to the police because they don't want to implicate themselves. That's why. People who apologize like Justin Timberlake often end up defending themselves when you lay out to them exactly what they did wrong, and you soon realize they wouldn't have changed a single thing they did. You might be right, David. You might be right, bro. Maybe he'll look at it and say, you know what, man, maybe I'm not wrong. But that's what a lot of people. I see the conversations on social media. There's a lot of people who say a lot of wrong things and then act like it wasn't wrong.
Keep preaching facts over feelings, Jay. Full score.
Appreciate it, Moron. Shout out to you. But yeah, man, that's basically what I wanted to speak on, man. I could go in, but I don't know what else is to be said about this. I mean, I think that Gina Carano situation has gotten me heated. Okay. I think that's where it started. You know, that's where it's going there, you know. But I think I've said all I need to say about that. Dude, stop bending the knee. You're not really going to gain anything from it except for make yourself like a complete jackass. That's all you're going to get out of it. And people bringing up old things from your past in order to make you bend the knee. And what's funny about this is JT is a liberal. He is very left. And they're going after him. So none of you leftists are safe. None of you. Y'all can try to get this person deplatformed, get them taken off Twitter or social media, but guess what's going to happen? You're going to get canceled too, especially you males. You're not immune to getting canceled. The left eats its own eventually, as you just seen. The left eats their own. You will not be spared. You will not be given quarter. You will get put under the boot of cancel culture sooner or later. And Justin Timberlake has found that out. There's a lot going on, people. We are in a spiritual battle with a lot of crazy people.
Trump is gone, so now they have to think of other ways to keep us stupid. They're still trying to impeach that man.
Yeah,
SMH.
because the media needs ratings. The media needs a villain. Democrats are very delusional if they think they're going to get an impeachment. Like, this is their last opportunity to do anything to him, to prevent him from running again. You know, when you got Hillary Clinton trying to shame Republicans, it just shows you what their plan is. Their plan is to try by any means to keep him from ever running again. because they realize everything they've done hasn't been enough. This is their last ditch effort to paint somebody as the ultimate villain, to keep them from ever holding power again. Because they realize Joe may not make 4 years. And even if he was, he's not going to run again. So who are the moderate Democrats going to vote for after 4 years? Who are they going to vote for after they see the destruction this guy has been doing already? What's good, Raina? Sliding them, what's up? They need a villain. They need ratings.
Yes, let's revive him just to kill him again. And yes, sir, there is no Thanos to hate, lol.
Yeah, yep. He's gone, and they still need the shadow of Trump. And for ratings, they need him to say, "Hey, we need to hate him," to rile up leftists. But people pretty much don't care anymore. People are indifferent now. All that hate and anger is gone, pretty much. The only people who still have that is the media, because the media is afraid that if people don't care anymore, they're not going to watch them. That's why I tell people it's time to cut the cord. It's time to cut the cord, lessen their power, lessen their effect, lessen their programming, right? They can run to YouTube all they want to. You still can't make people watch your shit. So we gotta be entertained by this impeachment BS, which is a bunch of acting. It's a bunch of scripts that's being produced. They're out there lying, making up things, and the more time goes on, the less people are gonna care, and the less people are gonna want to deal with this. Because in a Biden-Harris administration, we're supposed to get togetherness, right? We're supposed to be united in a Biden-Harris administration. Why haven't we been united yet? Why are we still fighting? Why are thousands of people losing their jobs? We're supposed to be coming together, right? Aren't we supposed to be coming together as one? Don't seem like it to me. It seems like people are still divided now more than ever. And like a crack fiend, all these lamestream media networks are losing it because they can't get their fix of Trump derangement. They need that fixed. If they can't get it, they can't go to his tweets. They got to go to the old tweets. They got to go chase down the people around them. Yeah, there's supposed to be a lot of healing going on. I don't see no healing. Where's the healing? I thought we were supposed to be healing as a nation. But we ain't got there yet. You know what? Let me put this up to emphasize the derangement. Hold up. Hold up. Let me see if I can find it. Because listen, man, people need to get off of the TDS before it ruins them, before it takes over their life.
Don't worry, the war to bring us together is coming. China possibly, and who knows who else.
Let's see. I mean, that could be the case. You know, you just never know with what's going on out here. Hold up. Let's see. I want to trigger some of these. uh, okay, let's see. I don't know what it is. Every time I see this picture, I chuckle, man. Every time I see something about Trump, they always use this picture. This picture triggers the love, man. When he's going in, we need to let go of the TDS. Can we let go of the Trump derangement syndrome? He hasn't been in office since the 20th of last month, but the derangement is still there. The derangement is still there. You gotta let it go. You gotta let the you gotta let the derangement go. Yeah, all you on CNN, all you on MSDNC, even the people on Fox, the people on Fox is like, man, like you can't even tell the difference. You can't even tell the difference. You can't even tell the difference. Let go of the TDS. You gotta let it go. The first step is admitting there's a problem. You have to admit there's a problem first. You got to admit that there's a problem. What's good, Ty City? I see you. You have to admit that there's a problem first. You have to admit it. Because they are missing complaining about what he's tweeted today. Well, guess what? He ain't tweeting ever. He's been permanently kicked off the platform. So what are you going to point to next? Don Lemon? What's the guy from the Morning Joe? That lunatic. Get help. Stop it. Get some damn help. Get some damn help, man. The first step is admitting something is wrong. The first step is admitting I have a problem. Not blaming others. Looking inward. Acknowledging there's something wrong. Putting down the drink. Well, it's a lot of these people that can't put the drink down. Yeah, Joe Scarborough. Just weirdos, man. Just weirdos. Yeah, come on, man. Come on, man. You know, some of these guys, they can't put the drink down. You know, they can't put the pills down. Some of these guys can't put the coke down. They can't put the pills down. Can't put the coke down. Can't put the what are they drinking? Jack Daniels, vodka. Some of these guys, rosé, whatever these guys are drinking. Scotch, whatever. It's time to stop. Let it go. Let it go. It's time to let go. Trump is not here anymore for you to harass and bully through press conferences. Even though none of you really could bully him because you got a lot of these males. Put up another Trump picture here. Because I know that y'all miss him. Y'all not going to say it, but y'all miss him. If one thing about Trump that you cannot say is that he wasn't entertaining. The guy's probably one of the most entertaining people ever. What made Twitter interesting the last 4 years was him. That's why people will gladly leave, because the platform is full of lunatics. It's full of crazy people. It's full of people who wake up wanting to end it all every day because their life is horrible. And I'm not saying that to be quote unquote offensive. I'm stating a fact. You got a lot of these people who don't like their lives. They hate their lives. And they cannot stand living in it. So to substitute that, they go and make everybody else's life miserable. Oh, no, the rap, they're not going to roast them because they don't want to get canceled. If you try to roast Sleepy Joe, they're going to cancel you. They might even take your account down. That's why people will gladly leave Twitter, because Twitter has gotten boring and an echo chamber full of delusional people who wake up every day hating themselves. So they look for people to go after. Did y'all used to see Trump's Twitter thread? All that mental illness, all in one area. And some of these people have blue check marks. And some of these people, there was one guy who's a pastor. He's a black pastor. He would respond to Trump every day and say some of the craziest things. This is a pastor. And he would just say the first thing that comes to mind. This is supposed to be a goddamn pastor. But as we all know, there's a lot of corrupt, crazy black pastors out here. But this guy was and there was another guy who was a doctor who you can tell has a mental illness. And they were all converged to Trump's Twitter thread. Every tweet, they're there. All that mental illness in one space. You could have done a case study on those comments. Probably on Facebook too. You could do a case study on those comments and seeing just the type of people we have with internet and access to these sites. And these idiots have blue check marks. And they probably are married with kids. Imagine, I want to talk to the ladies real quick. Imagine you being married to a man who cared more about getting a response from another man on social media than he ever did about being with you, having relations with you, actually being around you. He cared more about getting a response from, let's say, Trump than he ever did about being around you. You in the house wanting to spend time with him. He got his face on his computer or in his phone waiting for the next tweet or the next post so he can go say some of the craziest things, argue with people just to get their attention. He gets off on that than he does you. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with you. Now, maybe y'all having some problems in your situation, but there are guys that care. They get off on more of getting the attention of other people, especially other men, than they do the woman at home. I mean, these guys are just
They go and miss me when I am gone in my Trump voice.
Right, Darrell. Appreciate it. Ernest, I believe that's his name. Ernest, yeah, I think that's his name. Every time I would see a tweet from Trump that, I would look at, I would see the thread, and he would be one of the people there going in all the time. Like, you ain't got nothing else to do? I'm glad my dad isn't on Twitter. I could see him being Trump triggered. Yeah, that's a good thing then, random woman. That's a good thing. It's crazy, man. We are definitely in crazy times, man. But I feel like people get triggered. I may need to do another stream about Trump. I haven't had much to talk about, but once this impeachment is over, maybe we get more comments from him. I may do a stream about Trump, just triggering people. I got some of my best, most hilarious callers have been the ones who call on the live streams about Trump. They be so emotional and they be so mad. And I love it because y'all get to see the type of males, and it ain't even the women that get upset. It be these male Biden supporters who be listening and they be calling in wanting to confront, and they confront with no facts. They have no facts whatsoever and they want to confront. How you gonna confront me with no facts? Just emotion, you're huffing and puffing. You're upset and you don't even know what to say. But trust me, listen, we get some more information. We're going to have to do another stream about Trump, man. We may have to do another stream about Trump. It takes some callers, man. So y'all can tell me once again why he's such a bad person. Can you tell him once again? Guys are so emotional, so sensitive. I may include that in the rapper. Y'all already know my stance on these vaccines. I'm not going to take nothing I don't need to take. Just like I don't take medications I don't need to take. Because there are side effects, major side effects, especially when you're putting needles into your arm. To be fruit in the women, these guys be feminine, submissive, hurt, angry, bitter. But these are males. These are supposed to be guys who y'all ladies are looking towards as far as relationships. But in the back of their mind, they're more in love with trolling and talking about Trump than anything. But yeah, I think y'all know my stance when it comes to the vaccine. I'm not taking anything that I don't need to take, especially if it involves a needle. No, you cannot play around with those things, because that stuff goes straight into your system, and I am not under any any rational thinking mind of. Now, I will tell you this though: if you're in a state that is relatively blue, they may try to force people to take that shit. I would tell you that just like Kaepernick says, know your rights. Yeah, man, we got a lot of crazy people out here, man. But they make for good content. You delusional, crazy psychos, y'all make for good content. You make for good content for me to entertain people by mocking you, embarrassing you, making you feel bad, making you look bad. But you got these Biden cheerleaders, and I still see some of them. Like, whenever you bring up Trump, these guys they ready to fight. They go into full defend Biden at all costs mode, even though the guy is clearly a racist. The guy clearly is a weirdo. Like, would you leave your daughter around Joe Biden? That's what we have to ask. That's the question that we should be asking. All of you male Biden supporters, would you leave especially if your daughter is a teenager, would you leave her or even your wife or girlfriend around Joe Biden? Would you leave any women in your family around Joe Biden? If the answer is no, why are you defending this guy the way you are? That's what I want to know. All you dudes that are like Team Biden, would you leave any women in your family around this guy? Now, the guy is elderly now, but even still, he's still doing weird stuff and saying weird stuff. Don't let him being feeble fool you. We don't know what weird things are going on that is being covered up. There are still things that are going on that we may not even know about. Because the media protects Biden at all costs. That's the questions that I would like to be asked. All you Biden supporters, you go out here with your pom-poms. You're a Republican? I'm not a Democrat. Never, ever. I don't even care if you will say, well, you're a Trump supporter. I don't care. Like, I'm independent as fuck. I don't follow any party. I follow the person and the policies before any party. I'm a patriot, goddammit. But shout out to everybody that's here. Salute to everybody that's here. Make sure y'all like the stream, man. I think that's pretty much all I had to say, man. All right. I may have, again, if more information come out from the Trump team, I may do a Trump stream. Those are always entertaining. Those are always entertaining, man. It is. Y'all let this one man uproot your entire life, seems like. The way that y'all go at him. Look at these celebrities. How they attack them. All right? We're all independent thinkers. We can do what we want to do. We don't have to follow no crowds. I've never followed a crowd, ever. And I won't now. I don't care who says what on social media. I don't care what the shaming tactics is. It matters not. It matters not. You know why? Because we're all human beings. Some of us are stronger than others. Because there's a lot of you who've shown more weakness than you have strength. Shown a hell of a lot of weakness. All right. But shout out to everybody. I think that's pretty much it for me. I'm gonna have to close the door on the church this afternoon, fam. Okay. I'm gonna have to close the door on this church, family. But shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all coming through. Shout out to the people that donated. Shout out to the people on Patreon. I'm gonna have another Patreon exclusive this weekend. I believe it's gonna be. I think it's going to be the Slorification of America Part 2. And then I'm going to do The Secret Part 2. I got The Secret Part 1 up. I'm going to do The Secret Part 2. The Secret Part 2 is coming. Hey, Wanda, what's up? So The Secret, I'm going to do a Part 2 to that one and a Part 2 to Slorification of America. All right? Shout out to the moderator. Shout out to the members. If you want to become a member of the channel, hit that membership button and join the channel. All right. So y'all take care. Go to the Teespring store and buy my new shirt. All right. I bid all you adieu. And I'll see you on the next one. Y'all take care.